Hello, 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 my peeps. It is Matt with ESC United, your favorite Eurovision channel, and we are here gathered to talk about, yes, you guessed it right, Eurovision, because it's semi-final two jury show, and it is an important day because the juries are back in the semis for the first time in 3 4 years, don't quote me, but anyways, they're back this year. That means they will decide. They will have a 50% say, and unlike the televoters, they will not vote during the live show. They are voting tonight. So this is the second dress rehearsal on paper, but it's also known as the jury show. The juries will watch from afar, whatever the broadcaster's office is, watch this the actual show will be broadcast by over there, and then we'll vote tonight. So that is a very important distinction, because this is not just a rehearsal where the acts can be like, I'm just gonna sing la la la. No, 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 they have to give it that 100%. So if they mess up tonight, not ideal, because televoters on average at least are a little bit more forgiving when it comes to sour notes. The juries are a little bit more like, so here's the question: who's gonna overperform, underperform? Hopefully they're all going to do well, but this is what I'm doing here today. I will be here guiding you through the show. Now keep in mind, this is a jury show. As the press member, we have access to watch it as well, but we are not allowed to share any sound. We cannot share any images whatsoever. All we can do is describe it to you as much as possible and see, how each act has done. We did see the show earlier in the arena, or I did, the first dress rehearsal, which was the press show. So I got my first impression already, but now I can actually focus more on the camera work than the other stuff. So keep in mind, we are not allowed to live stream from the press center during the dress rehearsals, because they no longer allow any background music or sound to be transmitted. Therefore, we all have to go to our home or find a place. So I'm at my hotel right now, which means I'm heavily relying on hotel internet and my phone hotspot. So I'm doing my best to make it all work. But if it gets laggy a little bit, that is why. So, but hopefully I try to set this up to be as effective as humanly possible. But if it does, please forgive me, and hopefully I'll be here to bring it back. So, and you can ask, I went on a little earlier than I actually planned, so we can chat a little. And how it works is, if you put at ESC United in the chat, it is more likely for me to catch your question, because it'll pop up easily and I can actually address it. So if you have any questions about the dress rehearsal earlier, I tried to remember as much as possible from it, of course, but feel free to ask away. And anything else related to the semifinal two, or anything semifinal one, of course, feel free to ask as well. So, we all saw the show yesterday, so we all know the 10 qualifiers. I know there's already been some updates, some minor drama or large drama, depending on how you look at it. If you want me to go through these things as well, we certainly can. But I don't want to start with the drama, only because we got plenty of drama. And I I usually stick to coffee and water. But for this live stream, I did go crazy and got me not one, but 2 cans of Coke Zero, just because I need that. At least, probably try to stick to 1 can, but in case I need a second one, because you guys are exhausting. And then I just had dinner, of course. I had some good old-fashioned Austrian Austrian food. And then after this live stream, I will probably go across the street where they have some Turkish food, which I love. So, and by the way, I'm on YouTube and I'm also streaming on Twitch. So I got a Twitch question. What is your top 5? Well, I have to think now. I did a video about a month ago, no, 3 weeks ago, and now I need to remember who is in my top 5. I know that Finland is Latvia, France, Finland. Who else was in it? I'm so bad at remembering my own ranking. But those are like my three tops. Yeah, basically Latvia, France, and Finland. So I'm very much focused on those three songs. I know Latvia is in trouble, according to everybody but me. So we'll see. That is at least my thinking. Um, is the food in Austria good? Absolutely. We had like this they had like these pancakes, like a knödel, they call them potato pancakes, and they are delicious. Like not pancakes. What am I talking about? Dumplings, 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 dumplings. I need another one. Potato dumplings with like a mushroom sauce and some meat, and it was absolutely yummy, and some tomatoes on the side. Loved it. It was the catering company that they have in the press center, and even though it's not cheap, their food is actually top notch. So I was like, fine, since I don't have much time, I'll spend more money than I should have on this food. But here we are. But I love the food. I'm familiar with it, because as a kid, I lived in Germany, and even though it's northern Germany, and there are some variations, there's a lot of overlap. So I grew up on that kind of food. So the show starts at 9 p.m. local time. So we have a little bit more than 30, less than 30 minutes to go. So I just thought, let's jump on early and chat away. This is the time we can ask questions, and I want to make sure to answer them. And also, I'm going to wear glasses for just a moment because I do have to write a few things, and that helps me a little bit reading it. But I also need your help. In a moment, I'm going to ask you a few questions. And by questions, I mean poll questions. If we did, I'm going to post my prediction video and put your results, the chat's results, right next to it. And of course, we need to see where you feel about each song. Now, you don't get to see the rehearsal, so you just can go with my gut. But I'm telling you. But how did Cypress sound vocally during the rehearsals today? Not great. It wasn't horrible. David said he thought she was off all the time. I don't think she was off all the time, but we're in the arena and it's a little bit more echoey, so the acoustic is a little different. But she certainly held back on the bigger notes, and she was resting her voice. That's how it sounded to me. So we'll see how bad it's going to be tonight, but it was not great. That's basically my takeaway from this. I will start putting a poll up because I need to know if a song is going to qualify or not. And you will need to answer that, right? So I'm going to start doing that now, but we might have to do it throughout the show as well. But of course, we're going to start with Bulgaria. Will Bulgaria qualify from the semis? You let me know in the chat. And here we go. The question will be posted in just a second. I posted on social media and I posted a video as well. I was immensely impressed with the staging for Bulgaria because it looked kind of meh on the videos, right? Or the pictures, but it is so energetic and so fun. And yes, maybe busy, but the dancing is just so tight. And the camera, I just want to see the whole work. I was very, very impressed with what I saw. So I hope that's going to make a difference because Bulgaria dropped a little bit in the betting odds, right? Like people starting to get a little nervous. Not too bad, but not where I wanted it to be. So I did not see the press poll because I voted 1 minute too late. Oh, I was like, I was eating and I came back and I was too late already. But I'm glad to hear that Bulgaria came first because it started out. So, isn't that funny? Like the opening song seemed to be so popular. First Moldova and now Bulgaria. So I am very happy with what I saw there as well. So I'll give you a few more seconds to answer. Will Bulgaria qualify from the semis? Yes or no? And then we'll go from there. I will include that in my video as well. So let's see. For the semi one, we actually agreed on the 10 qualifiers. You listeners and myself, slightly different order, but the Hello, hello, hello. Can you see me now? For some reason, my camera jumped off the live stream. So that was annoying. I didn't even notice. I was talking and talking and blah, and I shared the greatest insight with you, and you missed it all. I have no idea what I said. I probably was just talking out of my ass. So this might happen again. Next time it happens, just yell at me and I'll see it in the chat. I don't know what the last thing was you heard, but I just said that it's a high score for Bulgaria to get 92% in that poll. So that is good news for Bulgaria, because nobody, even in semi one, got that many. That's high of a percentage point. So I'm going to put up the next one. Then I'll answer some question. Will Azerbaijan qualify? I need a yes or no. The poll is up. And was it more color than rehearsal clips for the entire Bulgaria performance? So Bulgaria's performance itself is not that bright. I mean, like, there's not much light that we can see, at least, right? It seems, but I think the props, once you see them, it feels a little lighter. But I couldn't see it all because even though we were in the arena and there were monitors where you can watch the camera cut, they probably deliberately kept turning them on and off so we couldn't see all of it. So every time I looked, it was black. And then I finally saw, oh, something is back. You know, they kept it on for like 30 seconds and then turned it off for 30 seconds. So it was very difficult to follow the full camera work there. But it looked fairly dark from what I've seen, which is the theme this year, right? We all seen that. So Azerbaijan did not come last in the press poll. Really? I mean, I have not seen the press poll. Maybe I should look it up. So the press poll, Azerbaijan had a good performance. So this is not necessarily about, who's now going to qualify. It's just about who really impressed us the most. So let's go for that real quick. Bulgaria won with 54 votes. I tried to vote, but I was too late, but I voted for Bulgaria as well. Australia came second. I voted for Australia as well. And Denmark came third. I actually didn't vote for Denmark only because it's exactly what I expected, but it was great. I voted for Czechia, which came fourth. So I would have voted for 3 out of the top 4. Romania 5, fair. Albania 6, Cyprus. I'm surprised to see Cyprus this high up because it was not like the best rehearsal vocally. Switzerland, Norway, Latvia number 10, Malta, Ukraine. Ukraine had the issues with the rehearsal. Armenia, Azerbaijan, and Luxembourg. Okay. Well, there were a few Azerbaijanis press people there. Luxembourg doesn't really have many press people. All right, let's take a look at the poll. And an amazing 8% believe Azerbaijan is going to qualify. Ironically, Bulgaria got 92, which is the highest we've seen, even in semi one. And Azerbaijan's 8% is the lowest we have seen. Even Georgia got at least 14% or so. So this is a pretty obvious agreement here. Azerbaijan is not going to qualify. So I'm going to bring up Romania next. Will Romania qualify? And I've been standing over Romania a little bit this year because, first of all, Alexandra is a great singer and I love the song to begin with. And then the staging is just very fun and clever. And I watched it. I was like, I haven't seen the camera work yet. I just saw the whole flow from up there. But it's just very energetic and it's exactly what the song needs. Granted, it's dark, just like all the other ones, but the song, you have to have it dark, right? That's not just me that thinks that. So let me click on here real quick. While we're waiting for the chat results to come in, is Azerbaijan even trying anymore to do well at Eurovision? You know what? I said the same thing. Like, have they given up with this or do that? But it sounds kind of condescending, right? Not you, but I was thinking like, maybe they really think this is a good song. And I almost do not want to discourage them because they stepped away from getting Swedish and Greek songwriters and producers, right? They just do local stuff and it's not hitting, but at least they're trying something different. So that I wanted them applaud for. But yeah, I don't know if what they were thinking, like, oh, this is going to really hit. No, that was impossible. Do you agree that semifinal 2 is so open, could be anyone going through except song 2? No, yes, almost. I also don't think that Luxembourg has a good shot, but that is just me. So let's finish the poll here real quick. 3, 2, 1, and poll. Oh my lord, 96%. Do we have a lot of Romanians in the chat? But I mean, I agree it'll qualify, but that is the highest number I've ever seen, probably. The 4%, probably they're like, what are we, chopped liver? So, but yeah, so clearly that is a clear qualifier according to you, to me, and reality, I think. So let's do the next question. And that is going to be an interesting one. Will Luxembourg qualify? I'm going to do yes or no. I'm not sure if I'm going to get all of them done before the show. Probably not. So I'll start doing them during the show as well a little bit. But maybe that gives me a little bit of a head start, and then I can answer a few questions on the side as well. And if you have questions, it would help if you put them at ESC United so they jump out at me, but I'll do my best to catch as many as possible that are being put there on display. My phone's calling me. I'm like, I'm on vacation. Stop calling me. Did Ukraine give jury winner vibe? Somebody's asking. No, it didn't give me jury winner vibes. It looks really pretty, even though there are a lot of technical difficulties. The curtains, like those little things that were falling down, they did not work. So right now, I don't feel this is a jury winner, at least based on my observation. All right, the show starts in 16 minutes, so we have a few more minutes to do more questions. And anything about the show, by the way, then tomorrow they're going to have a third dress rehearsal in the afternoon, which will also have an audience. And then the evening we have the live show. I will have a before the show and after the semifinal 2 show. So if you want to come back here and chat with me about the results and before, feel free to do so. I'm going to end the poll for Luxembourg. And for Luxembourg, we have 29% saying yes. Not great, but I guess it's better than Azerbaijan, right? It's not the worst number. 29%. I'm writing it down right now. So I have a record, and then I can point at you if you're wrong. So start a poll. Next one. Of course, we have to talk about Czechia. Czechia had done somewhat well in the betting odds, right? In terms of qualification, it dropped a little. Now I'm curious, once the press reports on the rehearsal, if people actually will change their mind and put it higher up. I really like the one. I said I would have voted for it. Does France staging enhance its tapped the 3 chance? I cannot speak. Does France's staging enhance its top 3 chances? Yeah. I think it certainly. I will say it didn't hurt its chances. I think it looks good. The interesting part is because Monroe starts on the main stage and she basically ends at the end of the runway of the song, and it's like in stages almost, each as she walks towards the end of the runway. There are things happening at every point of the as they move along, so it's pretty cool. But yeah, I think it looks good. So I did see the full France performance. Yes, I did see it. Somebody's asking that. I've seen all of that. So let's wait for the poll. 1, 2, and the poll. I hope you voted smart. I mean, I don't care. These are your results, not mine. 74% said yes to qualification. That is good, and I expect Czechia to stay in the top 10 unless you think everybody's going to qualify. Because you're that nice. I'm going to put up next, will Armenia qualify? Yeah. Armenia, to me, I had so much fun watching this. It's not really high, and people in the press don't seem to like that song very much. In the fandom, it's not much talked about. I think it is absolutely enjoyable. I think it's going to qualify, at least as of right now. I'm going to watch the jury show. It's not going to get a lot of jury points, but it's just so much fun. But I will say it would be on the cusp. So it would be a borderline qualifier or a borderline non-qualifier. So I have to figure out where it would land. But this is not me voting. This is you voting. You make up your own mind. Where will Armenia end up? On the top 10 or in the bottom 5? Because there's nothing else in between. I feel people really underestimate Armenia. I would be surprised if they do not qualify. Right now, I'm agreeing with you as well. I feel as this one screams qualifier, but I am cautious because it's not a jury-friendly song. If the juries put it really far down, I'm worried. So I can see a universe, where that's going to really, really hurt them. All right, but let's see what the poll says. Actually, one more question. How much overlap is there between Armenia and the UK, giving the common theme? Are they distinct enough from each other? Yes, they are very distinct from each other. I didn't even think of that comparison. There's no overlap. Don't worry about it. No, I get where you're coming from, why you're asking that question, but it's not like that at all. No, you should be good. All right, I'm going to end the poll. And this one is a little divided, but the majority says no. 44% say yes. That puts them currently in fourth. Armenia, 44% say yes. So let's bring up Switzerland. And we all know that Switzerland is at least, if I'm not mistaken, yes, they were still considered a non-qualifier if you believe the betting odds. The question is, are we believing the betting odds? Unlike Armenia, I feel like it's upside down Armenia for me. I think this just screams jury favorite, or at least jury pleaser. We have the big ballots that you could see Australia getting a lot of points, but Switzerland would be the more like non-ballotty potential vote that it could get from the juries. So I could see that actually being helpful for Switzerland. Televoters could go either way. I still also see a place where the televoters like it better than we all think, at least like a 10th or 9th place situation. The staging, I looked at it, it's really good. It's such a nice build. She starts out just singing with, in a dark room with her robe, microphone, somebody pulls on it, and then it escalates into that whole, that the thing that you saw at the clip, and then she collapses at the end. I just thought it was really well done. But let's see what everybody else is thinking. I think the staging will be too busy for the juries, actually. Do you think so? I don't know. I mean, think of Austria's staging was quite busy. I don't think this is any more busy, in my opinion, but we'll see. We'll see. Let's see here what the votes are saying. We're going to end the poll. And we got 43% saying yes. That's actually 1% less than Armenia. Poor Switzerland. Switzerland, 43%. Done. All right. I need your help. The next next country on the list is Cyprus. Will Cyprus qualify? I'm going to put the poll up in just a second. And I know you saw the video, the rehearsal clip where vocals weren't that great. She was holding back today as well. The staging, though, looks a lot of fun. This long table, and then the hands come through the table, like doing a little, like, I'm not sure if they were grabbing her or just playing along with it, but it's a cool little start moment. And then there's a lot of movement, a lot of orange and fire. And it's just very, very energetic. People are concerned maybe because of the vocals right now. That could really hurt it, certainly with the juries. But it was such an obvious qualifier. Is it really going to be dropping that dramatic now? Or are people still as confident? Let me know about Cyprus. Will they qualify, yes or no? I feel like there seems to be a lot of more disagreement here, like a lot more like 50-50 compared to yesterday. It seems like most people got at 9 or 10 actually, or like predicted right 8 to 9, but no one got only 7 or so. I could see a lot of like only predicting 7 right on this one. We shall see. All right, let's see here what the poll is saying. And the poll, and that one is saying that it's not loading on my end. Why are you not showing up? There it is. 51% said yes. So, all right, it couldn't be much closer. But a tiny majority thinks that Cyprus is going to go through, which is not encouraging. So we now have 7 minutes to go before the show starts. So I am going to keep asking poll questions until we run out of time. Then we'll do it throughout the show as the songs are coming on. But I need to know, of course, if the next song on the list will qualify, which happens to be Latvia. And it's currently in 11th place, I think, in the betting odds. Look, I cannot walk around and pretend I'm objective on this one. Latvia, along with, another song, is my favorite this year. And I'm the only person in the universe that has it high up. I know there are a couple of others who really love it, but it seems like a lot of people don't think this is going to make the cut. And I decided to die on the hill that's called Portugal. And since I died already, I got nothing to lose. So I may die on this hill again with Latvia. I just think the juries will really, really give that a lot of points and enough for it to go through. That's my thinking, at least. Latvia will be the Estonia 23, Alika of 2020. Yeah, that could be. I like that comparison, actually. I could see that happening. And for selfish reasons, I want that to happen. So we will see. So vote the way I want you to vote, or don't. Let's see the poll here in 3, 2, 1. Anything? Oh man, 43%. Oh, it's right there in the group with Armenia and Switzerland. Okay, I'll put that down. All right. I get to the next country, which is, okay, on the list here. So it seems very dramatic here with everyone, but the next song is Denmark, and we all know the answer here, non-qualifier. It is nice because the Danish people are, I'm kidding, of course, but the Danish people are really excited. I mean, it's been years since I've seen that much excitement with the Danish people. Certainly not since COVID, since the pandemic. So, but there were some concerns out there. Apparently, the recap for semifinal 2 was put out there, and the clip that was used from Soren for Denmark was not good. I didn't see it. I only heard it from people on Twitter. In the performance today, he sounded amazing, absolutely amazing. He was not holding back at all, so I thought it was great. That would be my thinking. Did you notice a difference with Denmark's vocally from the national finals performance? No, it sounded good to me. It sounded exactly as I remembered it from the national final. So I felt good about Soren's performance today, and the press poll kind of indicates the same, right? Because it came pretty high. Not sure if that has to do with people just loving the song, but certainly was not a flop today, to say the least. So let's see how many people think Denmark will qualify. I'm going to end the poll, and then we'll get the results. But we all know it's going to qualify. At least the majority will think it'll going to qualify. 88% actually, so a little lower than Bulgaria and Romania, but still pretty high. Very interesting. I agree with you. Obviously, it's going to qualify. And then the next one on the list is Australia. Now, Australia, we all know that's probably going to be loved and adored by the juries, but will it get enough televote love? Or is it too old-fashioned, as some people call it? The staging to me was absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. I know it embraces some of the cliches see at Eurovision, sure, but they exist for a reason. So embrace them, have fun with them. But just the way she stands on the and then she hits that note. Oh my god, that note. Oh, the cheers will pay so they can vote for this. That's how good it was. Absolutely amazing. So I loved what that was today. I mean, Delta, she can sing. And yeah, so I don't know if that truly people think that it's not going to qualify, but let's find out as I'm going to end the poll now. Oops. But yeah, as you can see, the majority of you believe that Australia is going to go through. And even though it's a little lower than I thought, 85%, huh? What are the 15% thinking here? You don't really think I'm not blaming you. You have a right to have an opinion. I'm just curious to see where that came from. Ukraine is next. And will Ukraine qualify? That's the $1 million question. The betting odds, of course, and the fan polls, they're saying yes, but this is your decision. So don't let that interfere with anybody else. Could there be a universe where Ukraine could actually fail qualification the first time in Ukraine's history? Could 2026 be that year? Not saying one way or the other. I'm just asking. Let me see here. We got 2 minutes, so I need to hang on. Keep voting. I gotta grab my phone. So unlike last time when I had my live stream from the press center on my laptop, I will put it on my phone. Hopefully it helps with the buffering because it was kind of annoying actually. So I'm going to put these little suckers, and then I will listen to the show. Now, keep in mind, in case you're just joining and this is your first time doing this, I am not in the press center. Nobody in the press center can live stream because we cannot have any sound or any video of the actual show, the jury show being broadcast. So all I can do is watch it on my phone through the online press center. So I'm going to click on next. Let me refresh this. It'll refresh automatically, I think. So that is what we're doing right now. So let me end this poll while I'm at it, and then we'll move on. In case you're wondering, and then the show starts, I can tell you that already. So first of all, 74%. Ooh, 74%. That's quite low, actually, that I thought for Ukraine. Ukraine 74. You guys are surprising me, or you just like being troublemakers. But it's fun that I see some like variation here. Now let's talk about Albania. Is Albania going to qualify? Yes or no? In the poll, make your voice heard. What I was going to say is because in the beginning, I can tell you already, I don't have to go when the show starts. The first couple of minutes or so, I don't even need to listen to it closely. I saw all of that in the arena. But basically, we are going to get a not a preview, that would be the opposite, a summary of semifinal one and some of the clips and what happened, all that stuff. So they're going to show us at first, and then after that they're going to do, the two hosts will of course their little opening thing, and basically they are going to have, you didn't make the question. Yeah, my screen just froze. It's loading, so I may have to refresh this. Give me 1 second. This is really annoying. It's just buffering right now, so hopefully it'll come again in a minute. But what I was saying is that they're going to have like the Wasted Love staging. The two hosts will recreate it, but it's a spoof, a parody, because they're always just messing up. Nothing goes wrong. They get hit by water and then just get wet all the time, all of that stuff. So it's just very silly, very silly. So I'm going to try the poll again here. Will Albania qualify? Here we go. So hopefully this one will come up this time around. So they're gonna have this spoof where they're gonna be like, like and holding on to the poles and all that stuff, and everything goes wrong. And then they just climb out of a box at the end of the song onto the stage to kind of be like, oh my god, we tried, but it failed. So it's a little cute little opening, I guess, but JJ is not there. It's the funny part is because it looks like it's JJ because he's wearing like some kind of cape or some kind of tarm. I don't know what it was, but it's like some kind of coat, and then we think it's JJ, but it turns out to be uh, the host. So that was kind of funny. So let's see how you all feel about Albania. The staging was really cute, I thought. Oh, give me 1 second. The show should have started now, right? Let me see what it says. I haven't gotten anything. Oh, I got to click on it. Enter session. Hold on a second. Hang on 1 second. I cannot hear anything. I can hear now. Okay, sorry about that. Technology. So keep voting in the poll. So I'm gonna now end the poll. We are getting it done. So it's again the wasted love joke, and then they're gonna do the opening thing. You cannot vote for your own country. Yada yada yada. These are 15 countries. 78% for Albania. Right now, it's almost considered like lower in the betting odds, but United viewers are a little bit more confident about it, huh? Good for you. Good for you. So after Albania, we have Malta. Malta went all out, right? They do all that advertisement. They went crazy with the staging. They spent a lot of money on that. And honestly, it is a lot. And I said it in my summary on social media when I reviewed it. It is really designed for people to see on TV. When you're in the arena, it's kind of boring because he's mostly just covered by that big little round thing. I will need to see really the camera work on this one to judge it. It wasn't enjoyable in the arena because it was just like, we don't get all the fun that the people at home will get to see. But I get it. It's a TV show. It's just something that I noticed there that it was, so maybe I'll enjoy it later here. But you all vote for Malta. Will Malta qualify? Yes or no? And so now we're still doing, they have like somebody is serving drinks in the green room. Nothing too crazy. You'll see all of that. We're less worried about that. We're more worried about the performances, right? So I'm going to end Malta. That sounded kind of terrible. I am going to end Malta, the country. 52% of you said yes. So I'm going to put that down at 52%. And then last and certainly not least is Norway. Will Norway qualify? The odds surprisingly low for a closer. The last time I checked earlier today had Norway in 10th place. Granted, there's a fairly big gap between 10th place Norway and 11th place Latvia. Nevertheless, that is not where Norway wants to be, right? They're usually way higher, especially closing it. Man, I'm actually, in fact, worried about hosting an interval act after the fiasco of semifinal one. Point taken. Point taken. So I understand the Norway's concern because I could see this one not clicking with the viewers. On paper, I could see the juries going for it, but there's always a chance they won't, right? In my judgment, it's as Fatima is saying, in my judgment, it's against the spirit of the contest to perform only to the camera. Poland showed last night that you can please the crowd as well. Oh yeah, I mean, they were pleased. It is a little, I mean, even Armenia, do you remember Armenia Snap? even that was quite enjoyable from the audience, you know. So, and it felt like it was not even part of it, but it kind of worked. But anyways, so let's see. End poll in 3, 2, 1. Well, I got all of the questions done before the end, before the show. That is fantastic. 47% only said yes. Holy smokes! Holy smokes, you all! I did not expect this to be this low. So let's confirm then. According to your votes, Romania comes first, Bulgaria second, Denmark third, Australia fourth, Albania fifth, Czechia sixth, Ukraine seven, Malta eight, Cyprus nine, and Norway 10th. Also, more than qualified. That means Armenia in 11th place, Latvia 12, Switzerland 13, Luxembourg 14, and Azerbaijan 15. However, everything from like Malta to Switzerland is pretty close in your votes. So that is kind of what we were talking about, right? That this could be a very competitive group. And depending on where the votes fall, who the jury will push and who the televoters will push, or neither. That's the problem. All right, we're getting our first postcard. Our first postcard, I didn't see it, but you see how the postcards work. I don't have to explain every little detail about them. You have something that you can look forward to. Plus, I'm not like crazy in love with the postcards this year, but that's just me. I'm being picky. So I need to watch Bangara because I didn't. Let me put it sideways so I can get a bigger screen going. I make it full screen. So I will not be looking at the chat for a minute so I can watch this and then explain it to you. Oh, I need to make that louder. Oh no, I just closed out of it. There you go. So she starts upside down, the view. So the people were wearing masks, by the way, the dancers. They're all sitting on chairs in this wooden room. It's just so hyper, the staging. They're shaking so... I mean, the song asked for it. And there's so many cool shots. I can't explain them all, but she pulls like one of the guys back up by the hair. And one... Oh! So much dancing. One of the things that always was difficult for me was the how the tempo changes when the instrumental comes in. But here it works. They do a really cool dance, and it does not feel as jarring to me. It is quite dark, the staging, I will say that. I'm listening right now to the vocals. She sounds good. I mean, her voice is, of course, very focused on dancing. I don't think it's necessarily going to be a jury like, oh my God, these vocals are out of this world. But for televoting purposes, this will be totally fine. Oh, this is so good. And they're all sitting in a circle and doing a dance still in the room, and it spins. The chairs are slowly spinning. And then they do a really cool choreography with the chairs. It's really cool. She's a little bit out of breath right now, but not bad. Now the prop is being pulled off stage. Bangarangara, bangarangara. It's lots of energy. And now it's just them on the stage. Now we're at the bridge part. Oh, that's a part you've seen. Yeah. Yeah, now it's like what you've seen. The song doesn't sound that different to me, except for the end where the choir comes in. Which I actually like that part. That is a lot going on here. And I mean that with a lot of respect. It's fun. It's absolutely fun to watch. The energy is on point because the song is so chaotic. and so is the staging, but it doesn't feel like it's like effectively chaotic. Does that make sense? So I enjoyed it. Only criticism I have is a little more light would have been nice, but that's me being nitpicky. So we're now moving on to Azerbaijan. I'm looking at any major questions. Keep in mind at ESC United if they're directed at me. Please be aware that UK voting system has changed, so people will have to engage online and have their card ready. But this is cumbersome unless you know about it in advance. Can't you just? Yeah, I don't know how that works in every country. Every country is different how they do it, so I can't speak. Do you feel Bulgaria is the right opener compared to say Armenia? Yes, yes, absolutely. It's a better opener. Um, although Armenia would have been good too. So I maybe Armenia would have been better because I love the idea of the elevators opening. If Armenia qualifies, that would be a great opener because it like opens it up. All right, Azerbaijan is next. So, in case you don't know, there's a big wall of like curtains and smoke, or like almost just like clothes, like linens blowing in the wind. And she walks behind them, and you see her shadow or silhouette, and then she stands in front of him. She's not standing in front of it. She sounds good, of course, but she always does. It's just her standing in front of those linens, those curtains. And then you see the guy, the backup dancer behind it as well. And he is, but only see his silhouette. You don't know who he is, what he looks like. We are at the chorus now. Go. I mean, this could get some jury love because she sounds really good, but I do think that there are stronger ballots, Australia and Latvia in the running, that'll probably just swallow Azerbaijan's potential jury love. There are also like these linen field, images on the backdrop as well. I'm listening, by the way. Sorry, I'm paying attention. It's a very simple staging at this point. I thought for some reason a little bit more would happen, but it's really just her walking back and forth in front of the linens, close-ups, far out shots, lots of bright lighting with the white and black. And on the backdrop, by the way, you'll see a couple interacting. I think it's her and the backup dancer, like hugging and being intimate, like cuddling, but then also them fighting and arguing. You're gay. It always sounds like you're gay. That's all I hear. You're gay when you sing some Azerbaijani. Gay. Go away. You're so gay. Am I the only one hearing that? All right. She sounds good. Then, I'm looking at the part right now where he comes out that you saw in the clip where she has those, she's tied to him and then she breaks free from him. It's a cute idea. I just don't think it is visually strong enough. Like, it should have been like almost like a struggle with her, right? Like, he won't let me go, but now I'm free. It could have been a little bit more dramatic. But vocally, it was good. But yeah, visually, I was not as interested in this one. It was very, very like, okay, you got some linens doing some laundry in the back, but that's about it. You're gay. All right, Romania is next. And I'm really excited. The postcard. You know what, Romania? I'll let you see that one, but it's cute. But they're all kind of like in the same kind of fashion, right? So, as a reminder, the press rehearsal, the jury show is not open to the public, and we cannot show you the clips. But I'm sure a lot of the audience will post some clips. So just check Twitter, Facebook, wherever you're on, and see, if you can get some clips later on. But you're not going to get the camera work unless somebody records the screen in there, which is also not allowed. But you cannot really tell normal people what to do. Normal, not that we're abnormal. It's a weird way to phrase it. All right, Romania. Let me focus. I'm not going to check the chat for a moment. Oh my God, she fell. I'm kidding. This trying to scare you. So it's almost kind of blurry. This dum da 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 dum. There's a blurry effect. You cannot even really tell. Okay, now then you can see it. Oh, when it's like Phantom, you see like shots of the dancer, the backup singer, the creature, and you can see now her like using those robes, those tubes. Oh, when she talks like, "No, I'm not." It's like almost like lip syncing. The other creature is lip syncing the Phantom to it. Now she's pulling on the strings is the first chorus. That's the part you've seen in the rehearsal clip. I love that how she goes in that operatic upper register a little earlier than in the music video. Choke me, choke me. Yeah. So now we're at the clip. Now we continue the part that you missed. So as she's walked with the camera, like she's doing like funny like movements, like very dramatic. And then when she goes into the second verse, she is still on the side on the runway, and then she's going on all four, well, all three because she's holding the microphone, and she started crawling a little bit towards the main stage, but she's mostly interacting with the camera. Oh, now she's approaching the Phantom, and the Phantom is reacting. Like she's singing to the Phantom. Like, oh, there's a lot of shots now on that. It's kind of scary. I love that part. Oh, I love that. How she interacts with the Phantom, like almost like scaring it away. Oh no, they're touching each other like this with their hands, like almost like she's singing to the Phantom, like, you choke me. Oh, and then she hits that rock voice. Oh, and that note's so good. And then at that moment it goes black, and then the Phantom is gone. No longer seen on stage. So cool. It is very dramatic, and it's like the cuts are so tight and quick. It adds to the drama to it. And at the very end, the last chorus, now the stage turns red, orangey red. Pyros are coming out, and she's now standing in front of the stage. And she sounds amazing. Pyros. She's very into it, very dramatic. Oh, and at the very end, like that's the last note, like like this anger, dramatic moment. She has this amazing ability to go from like operatic to pop to rock to almost heavy metal. So I thought it was really good. It's exactly capturing the feel of the song. It was very well done. And she sounded amazing. So I'm a fan, but I think you know that already. So any Romanians in the chat, you can take a sigh of relief. She did not fall. She did not falter. She performed. Okay, so good job. I'm very happy because Romania it's been a few years since you had like really a song that the Romanians got super excited about. So this is a good year for you. And now we're moving on to Luxembourg, of course. Any Luxembourgans in the chat? Both of you. So I mentioned before with Luxembourg, the staging is it's darker than I would have liked. What you saw in the clip, the 30-second snippet, it's basically tells you most of the staging, I think. I'm going to look here for a second. Anything that she's playing her violin almost like a guitar, like a banjo. She's standing at a microphone stand. The entire stage is black when she does the beginning. Dun, 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 dun. And then I'm listening to her right now. Flying. She has a very pretty mic stand, you'll see, and then I don't think she's vocally that great right now. She's not horrible, just slightly sharp. Nature. So right now we have the clip that you've seen online. So when the first chorus is over, she's touching the floor and there's like a light beam or so. Like it looks like she picks up a light beam. And then like trees grow in the back on the LED screen. Oh, now it looks more light on camera than it looked in the arena. It's still darker than I would like it to be, but it's not as dark as I initially thought. I don't like the mixing of the lead vocals and the backup vocals. Yeah, the staging is just kind of like very similar, just a little bit more greenish, but not like bright. And now at the end, this part when the violin part comes in, she puts the microphone back in the stand, and then her violin pops out of nowhere. But it's the stage hands that were behind the camera holding it. I saw it in the arena earlier. The violin part is so pretty. So like this beautiful green, yellowy, white light spinning, almost looking like a tornado behind her. Ooh. That was a bad note. That went the wrong way. Yeah, I'm afraid this was not the greatest performance for Luxembourg, I don't think. But she is so adorable, so I hate saying that. I have to be honest though. Especially like she was like, ah. It's like, oh, what was that? That was not good ending for the song, in my opinion. So I'm sad about it. Let me have another sip of my Coke Zero because I gotta stay awake. So I think we have Austria next, right? Because they're directly qualified. Austria, excuse me. That's Czechia. Austria's a song later or two. Yeah. I forgot what Austria's in the running. Czechia's next. And Czechia staging also, it's not fun in the arena. It's very camera driven because they have these 4 big mirror pieces that also turn into a room at some point when you push them together that creates all these really cool effects. You saw the one, at the beginning of the song. So I will see how the rest of it looks on camera. So hold on tight. It's a really pretty start. And then you see him sitting on the floor, and there are like a bunch of his own images and reflections around him. This is going to be big with the juries. I'm still not sure about the televote, but he's the best male vocalist this year, in my opinion. His voice, though. Ugh. So then he gets up like halfway through the verse. And then he walks away from those mirrors. And then walks up to a big mirror wall where he just interacts with his own reflection. And then he hits that big chorus. And I think that's the clip you've all seen, where you see like all him sitting in one row, and then he pushes the mirrors away, right? So that's the part where we're at right now. So now we're done with the first chorus, and we're going back to the verse. And now it seems like he's trapped in, I can't even tell. Is that the part where he was in that, where they pushed all the walls together and he looks like he's in a room? Like, it is so intimate. It's always close-ups, nothing else, and lots of mirror images. You don't even know that there's an audience there at this point, it seems. Good voice. There are lots of mirror images, and it spins. It makes me a little dizzy. Just mirrors everywhere, mirror images of him. But now, actually, at that bridge part, I guess, it's only him. Black backdrop, nothing else, just him singing close up. Because right now they're lining up all those mirrors in a long wall. So I'm curious what's going to be on that one. But no, he said, like, when the dramatic ending is happening now. Now you see the audience when he hits that big note at the end. It's just a big mirror wall now. So it's not even like images, it's just him. He's hitting those notes. Yeah, he hit those notes. And you just see him breathe at the very end. I mean, it was really good. He sounded amazing. So everybody should feel good about this. I could see people saying, you know what? Too much mirror. So, but, oh, that was a little issue here. So they started playing the postcard of France, but then the host was supposed to speak. So they cut off the postcard in the middle. He's wearing an outrageous outfit, like a feather boa, looking like huge, like he almost looks like a drag queen. Somebody's asking, did you ever catch a cameraman at the mirrors? There was one at the very end. At the very end, I saw a cameraman. At least I think it was a cameraman. It happened so fast, I just knew it wasn't him. That's the only thing I could see. It was so fast, it was like a millisecond. So now we're moving on to France. For some reason, I thought it was Austria, but Austria is after that. Yes. So France is next. Again, you cannot vote for them, but you get to see them all, which is nice. So by the time Saturday comes around, or like Friday for the dress rehearsals, you've known all the performances and what's going to happen. So I no longer have to describe them to you in detail. But I can tell you about Monroe is she starts out on a white platform, center stage. And then it's all about her making her way back to the end of the runway where a black podium or platform waits for her. And then they have all these different stages from the main stage to the end of the runway where stuff is happening, basically. So I'm curious to see how this all flows on camera. So here we go. It is starting right now. Boom. Dramatic beginning. Bum, 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 bum. And it's just like a fashion that slowly zoom into her. You see a spotlight from onto her. She's wearing a white outfit. You know that, though. You saw it in the clip. It's also very dark staging. That's just a year of dark staging. When the first Regarde Moi comes in, that's when the 5 backup dancers pop up behind her. She's still on the white platform at this point. Regarde Moi. And that's when the Regarde Moi, they slowly start walking. I think it's hard to say. It's really dark, but she's doing her first operatic part, which I will not imitate. So just like 2 or 3 steps forward, and then they're doing more dancing. She She sounds great. So one thing you don't have to worry about is her vocals. But we all know that, right? So now they're already a little bit further on the walkway. The runway, I mean. And what they do right now, they're doing just dances around her, very, very artistic stuff. There's smoke coming in as well from the side. But it's always on her, the camera. She's the focal point. And then when the shh part comes in, the camera just... They all turn to the side and do shh. It's really cool. These are a lot of long shots they have. The dramatic operatic part now. They dance around her, lots of smoke. It gets loud. Oops. And they're all pointing like this, bringing the big note. Garde-moi. Oh, it's almost like Les Miserables when they walk like this. It's very French. And now she walked onto the black podium while the dancers are around her. A platform, I should say. And now she's hitting the big note. Oh, the last note is so pretty. I love that. At the end, and then all this lying in front. It's just very cinematic in many ways, just very dramatic, but so appropriate for the song. I think it is great. So, if I was a French person, I would lean back like, whether we come first or last, this looks good. You're not gonna come last, obviously, but yeah, I think it gave me it is Les Miserables indeed. Somebody saying, right, especially at the end, like, do you hear the people sing? It gave me that vibe a little bit, which is a compliment in my book. So now, by the way, we're going to take a break. They're going to play a clip. And they're going to talk about LGBTQ representation at Eurovision. And I'm talking about, how heterosexual people are also existing in the contest, and it's mostly heterosexual people existing in the contest. Kind of making fun of it a little bit. They're talking about actually some of the early contests, like late 50s, early 60s, who were actually performing and were in the closet back then and came out later in life. There is also part of the clip, by the way, where they're going to show Manuel from Spain 2017, Do It For Your Lover, when his note cracks. They're going to highlight that one little snippet. It's so cruel, but so funny. I cannot lie. But if you have any questions, at ESC United in the chat, and I will try to answer them while the clip is playing. I kind of gave you an idea of what is. In 1956, it was impossible to come out as gay. They're talking about. Hang on. Oh, in 1956, the woman from France lived with another woman, calling her her life companion. And the guy from 1961 came out as gay later in life. So that is basically what's happening here. So I was just listening here for a hot second. Can Czechia win? Somebody's asking. Czechia's not going to win Eurovision this year. I don't think anyone has Czechia as a winner anywhere near. Neither the betting odds, fan favorites, anywhere. But it could do well. Do you see France winning? I will tell you that I have not counted France out yet. So I will not answer that after. But could I see it happening? If the stars align, yes. So they're still playing it, so we can still talk at ESC United. If you have any questions about the show or anything that you want to have answered, after this, we're going to have Crazy Armenia. With the elevator, where they put the elevator is like two pieces pushed together, and it's going to be used throughout the first verse and the first chorus, and then he steps out, and they're going to put all these boxes, file box that you see like an old-fashioned office, and then he jumps through them at some point, and the boxes just fly around. It's a cool, energetic moment. I think it's fun, but that's just me. Could Armenia surprise and place high? Yes. Let's define high, of course. I think it could do much better with the televoters than we think. Worried about the juries, but there's so many songs that's a worry with the juries, right? So they have to give points to some countries. I find there are a lot of jury unfriendly songs in the running, so that's why I'm always like thinking, oh, what are they gonna do? What are they gonna do? Oh, we're gonna move on to Armenia. So the break is over. Dun, dun. So we get a postcard of Armenia, and then I'll let you know how he's doing. Where do you see Romania in the final standing? I don't know, but I could see anything between 3rd and 10th place as of right now. That's where I'm, but I have to get the feel. Let's have her qualify first and then see, how that's fall out, where she's going to be in the running order, all of these things. All right, here we go with Romania, which is a lie. I mean, Armenia. I was just talking about Romania. Now I'm talking about Armenia. Oh, I think that was on purpose. Like the elevator opens. Oh, they open and close all the doors. Okay, that's funny because he was upside down, then the door closes, and he wasn't upside down. That is cool. Malumbaraks, go. Yeah, they're doing the crazy dance in there. There's not much to explain. They're in the elevator. He's always because I have no idea what he's singing in English. Balumba lumba, let's go. I never find you on the phone. Oh, whatever he says. What I don't like is we don't see the audience much. It's so dark all the time, so the audience is hidden somewhere in the pit. So now we're doing the second course. He's not. The elevator's gone, and you see him also singing on the backdrop as well. Lots of close-ups, lots of energy, but it's also dark staging. This could have been an email. Yeah, some smoke coming, like smoke, pyros. That's cool. That's like flashing lights. It's really cool effect. This is where they bring all the boxes on as well. They have like bird shot views of like boxes lit up on the floor. Oh, this is really cool. Some people may like get sick from the flashing. Well, yeah, the dance break is pretty intense. He's doing great. Hey, Hugo, are you here to do something with me? I couldn't hear that. Then he jumps for the boxes. Oh, and then he runs for. That was not quite as impactful. One more time, then it looks like they are running so fast across the runway. Yeah, that was good. I will say it looked better in the arena because they brought all these big stands of boxes out, right? File boxes, and put them all up. And then the jump is so fast, you didn't even see it coming. Where the boxes came from. And then they're gone already. So it wasn't quite as impactful as I thought it was going to be. So the camera work is a little disappointing. It's a wasted opportunity, I guess. It doesn't mean it's bad. It's just, I thought it was going to be a little bit more visually powerful. So Switzerland is next. As always, any questions at ESC United in the chat, happy to answer them. And I know some people have opinions about Switzerland. I mean, I do too. Although mine are positive. I still think it's going to be a jury pleaser, but there's only so much, you can anticipate. I think I'm not going to get 9 correct predicted this time around, but we'll see. All right, let's see. Switzerland is next. I'll talk you through it. I saw it, so I remembered parts of it, of course, during my first view earlier today. It's sort of really in the dark as well, dark. You see her standing on the center of the stage holding the microphone and, the robe mic. Just a close-up. There's just one white line on the floor. Everything else is black. And then she's walking on that white line. So for in the first chorus, there's a lot of static like on the screen on purpose. Lots of shaking of the camera. She's like ripping her robe away dramatically. It's a very dramatic effect. They give like a static impact there. And then it goes black, and then everything turns red, like there's red light, and then the dancers show up on stage. You don't see the prop yet during the verse, but they're working with like red robes or bands, something like that. It's very dramatic dancing, of course, because it's not necessarily a choreography song, but they're doing a good amount of choreography. So she's now going into the second chorus. That's when she starts walking into the whole scaffolding of red strings that you saw. This is the part you've all seen. Time, ooh. Actually, that's not the part yet. Now it's the part. Because the first part, they were all like climbing up the woman. Like they were almost like leaning out of the red ropes. Very dramatic movements. Also very dark staging. It's just all very dark. Don't cry. So now it's the part where she plays her guitar solo, and then she has those things tied to her back, and she really walks towards the end of the stage, and like you can see how like they're pulling her, and she's fighting it. It's a cool effect. It's a much more intricate staging, the whole thing, than I thought when I first saw the clip. And when the song finally slows down, she basically is on her knees, like she looks like she collapsed from everything. And the backdrop is like red and green now. The most color I've seen all evening, it seems. It's a very, again, theatrical staging. Everyone's coming up with crazy ideas this time around with the visuals. I find it quite amazing. I think that this is absolutely in the running for qualification. I had it initially as a qualifier. I'm still not sure. Oop, technical difficulties. We saw a stagehand, but that's fine. It's a rehearsal. Daniel is barefoot and in front of mirrors, just as Sandy Shaw was in Vienna 67. I didn't even pay attention to his feet. Not where my eyes go first. They'll usually go to the face. Why did I do this? Anyways, they go to the face first. So we have another break here right now, but this is just a time killer, it seems. Maybe we won't have that during the live show. So next up is Cyprus, and I'm paying very, very close attention to this one. Only because she wasn't great in the rehearsal clip, right? And she was definitely holding back during the press show as well. Now she has to perform vocally if she wants to get any respect from them juries. But they're killing time right now between difficult Switzerland and difficult Cyprus staging. And now they're playing the postcard. But they always have, that's what they rehearse, right? This like stalling, talk about something. And now we're getting the postcard. Camera shots tight enough, or is it like the rehearsal clip where you can see giving the guitar and holding a mic? I didn't catch that one. I thought it looked good. At least it did not jump at me. It may have happened, but if it did, it was not like glaring in your face, because there was so much going on that this would have been a minor detail. All right, here comes Cyprus. I just, it's such a fun song. I need this in the finals. So, Antigone, you better work it. So let's see. Ooh. Not the first note. The first note is not good. Oh, and then her voice cracks a tiny bit there. Oh. She was sitting on the floor, by the way. Let's focus on the staging. It's very blue right now. Ooh. It's not good vocally. Okay, so now she's getting a little better. Yeah, so the first part wasn't great. Sorry, I was rooting for her so hard right now to find that note. And eventually she did. Took a little longer. It's just, again, the verses, she is off. The staging, though, they're all dancing on the big long table thing, right? She's also a little bit out of breath. So she's not dancing with it. Not the part that you saw on TV. So I'm so sorry that I'm not talking right now. Well, she's even off cue right now. Oh, yeah. It's fun, though. It's still a great song. You want more? That's what she's saying. And then she lies on the floor on the thing and then does like weird hand gestures. It's really cool staging. Jala, jala. The the backtrack is really good. The vocals. That was like the worst compliment ever. She did not even hit the big note there. She kept it low. Nope, sorry. I cannot endorse this. If you chicken out even with any of the notes that you I love her though. I'm so sorry. I'm really not trying to be mean, but this was just underwhelming. Dang it. Dang it. Now, am I saying it's not going to qualify now? I don't know. The song is still fun enough. It was not like it's just like it's sitting at that. It's a little off, but audiences often forgive that kind of stuff. The public, the juries, I'm really worried about now because it's the jury show, right? So, yeah, I am a little not sure. Thank you for being honest. Not sure. Yeah, I don't want to be mean either, right? I just think that at this stage of Eurovision, you need to deliver. And yes, she's very pretty and she's very talented, but if she's not a vocalist like that, then you need to have more backup support. Because there's one backup singer, I think, in the back, right? It needed to be more. It needed to be more. So now it's Austria's turn, by the way. So let's wait for Austria take the stage. And Austria's staging, also a lot happening. You know, those walls, those monkey climbing walls, they'll come down halfway through the song, I think, or at least like after, during the second verse, I want to say. Before that, they're all lying on the ground, and they're like weird, like black and white lines around them, and the lines interact with them as they move. And you see like a bird shot view as they're lying on the floor as well. The four dancers and Cosmo. Could Cyprus pull a Belgium, or is it or is this semi too strong? I don't know. I'm too biased because I just enjoy the song so much. I have to step back and think about it tonight. I have a hard time believing this not going through. The song is just too strong. I don't know. I don't know. So there is a break right now. They're just showing the audience clapping because clearly the stage is not ready. They had issues with the Austria stage earlier today as well. It takes a long time to set this up because those two walls, those climbing walls, they're being pulled up all the way to the ceiling. They're going to hang up there and then being lowered at some point. So that takes a little bit of time. So they delayed this here as well. So now we are moving on. Yeah, we get that. And when you have that birdshot view of the floor, it says, dance away, your inner animal. It's again black and white because that's the color of the year. But the effects on the screen are really cool. Like they're like almost like in bubbles or so as they move. And then it spins. It's the really cool opening shot. It looks absolutely amazing. Wow, that was a nice shot. That is what Sean used to say. So I'm going to carry on that legacy. In einen Tanz shine, da wollen sie nicht rein, or something like that. They're doing that weird dance you all seen, right? They're all in line now. The animals and Cosmos singing. Those walls are not there yet. He has good energy. I mean, he has the audience on his side. I just love that we have a song in German. And is he speaking High German? Because I understand he speaks like Hochdeutsch. He speaks so clear. The walls are down now, by the way. Sunshine, da kommt sie nicht rein. And all the words. So two of them are hanging on the wall while two of them sitting next to him with that choreography. Wien, he screams. In the backdrop, you have like a lion and a gorilla. All black and white, though. And there's a big ton. Now he runs up the runway with the guitarist, and they're singing, or he's singing, and they're doing their thing. There's a big tunnel of clouds on the LED screen. Yeah, it's fine. It's also some red and blue. It's a little, I don't want to call it unprofessional, but I want to call it a little, I don't know, less professional, I guess. It seems a little bit more like less rehearsed almost, which maybe could be a good thing. Maybe people feel like, hey, that's fun, but it looked great in the pictures, but now seeing it run, it's fun, but it's not like I'm in love with it, the staging. I mean, they don't have to qualify Austria, so they don't have to worry about that, right? Amateur. Yeah, amateur. I don't want to say amateur, but it has a little bit that feel to it, yeah. Because amateur always has like a very negative connotation, and I don't want to be, that person. Will Austria be a good closer? Oh, it's a closer. I forgot about that. No, it's not a good closer in my opinion. Latvia is next, and honestly, another delay. They really have to rehearse all of that because there's so many props. I mean, Austria's props are ridiculous. Just getting them up and down there. Now, Latvia probably don't have to say much because it's think national final on this stage. It's perfect already. What I saw earlier today, she could have. This could be the live show. She would be fine. There's no more rehearsing needed for her. So Latvia is. Those who don't know, I am very biased because I love. Just to begin, I love Latvia. Oh, it's so pretty. It's like this counterpoint. I'm so sad that I feel alone loving this song. So so it's the first verse right now. So pretty. Now this is the jury performance, and she has to nail the vocals, which she usually does. So I'm just listening to the melody and the vocals. They're just. I just have a hard time not seeing Latvia in the top 5 of the juries. I am more of a jury person. Like, I tend to more lean towards jury taste until I don't. Now we have the spinning shards around her. She sounds beautiful. Camera work, all that is as intended. I still think they have more shards than they had in the national final on this thing. When we were in the arena earlier, it was funny because we watched her on stage. I'm like, there are no shards flying around her. It's not real. So we all looked at the screen. Those notes are beautiful. Ooh. So beautiful. I just loved it. It's a good song to come right after Austria, too. That's another advantage that Latvia has. Even though you cannot vote for Austria, it's still part of the flow of the show. So I thought this was absolutely beautiful. And she nailed the performance. Again, I'm putting my bias out there, but I thought it was absolutely breathtaking. Latvia is going through. Sarah, you're saying, well, I'll find you if you're wrong. Then we cry together. I just think it's gonna go through. But I keep dying on that hill, so let me die again. All right. So now we're moving on to a country. Denmark. I like my brain. Think. I've been doing this all day, all week now. My brain is like slowly behind. Denmark, and I saw it in the arena early. I know some people were worried about like the recap where the clip wasn't as good vocally, allegedly. What I saw earlier today was perfect. I don't describe much about the staging because it's national final. If there's any differences, they must be subtle. I don't pick up on them. But I'm going to make sure that he sounds good and it looks good. Here we go. Impress the jury, Soren. Yeah, they're used. Okay, now it looks even more like the national final. They have a lot of smoke in there, in the box. You couldn't see the dances as well, like in the national final, but that's fine. This is the part you all have seen. Yeah. So the first chorus comes in. Oh, good intensity here. Yes, yes. He sounds good, y'all. I'm not describing the staging, is it because you know what it is? He's climbing on top. It's still currently on the cage right now, as the hands are like reaching for him. But the voice is there. The camera shots are good. I'm pressing it in my ears. Yeah, he hits those notes. The dark beat comes in. He sounds really good, y'all. As long as he nails those big notes, that's why I'm nervous. He's getting out of the cage now. Okay. He comes. Yes. Yes. Woo! He went higher. He did a little jury bait there. And it worked. Oh, the energy is good. Yes. Oh, intense. Yes. How'd go? How'd go? Yes. Good job, Denmark. Woo! He did you proud, Denmark. It sounded really good. Like his voice was good. There was I felt the performance. He was just glowing up here. I thought he was absolutely cheers. Yes, I am so happy. So happy. So now we're going to have another break, which I do need after this, which is perfect for Denmark, right? Now I can pay attention to the chat again. At ESC United, Jonas saying, can Denmark win? Yes. Will it win? I don't know, but I could see a place where Denmark gets like second with one group, third with the other, but then they disagree, the Jews on the televote, and Denmark sneaks through. Kind of like what Duncan Lawrence did in 2019, right? I could see that happening here. But we have to wait. But can he win? I would not count him out. So now the two hosts are just chatting about something, and something is supposed to happen. Oh, yes, I forgot. So now they're playing a clip of all the artists stepping on the Eurovision stage for the first time doing rehearsals and how overwhelmed they are. Because it is crazy going on a big stage like this for a lot of these artists who've never done anything at such a scale, except maybe Delta Goodrem, but the rest of them. But even for her, I mean, this is a big deal on the stage. And I believe it's genuine. They're playing Euphoria in the back, but only the instrumental version. So it's just a cool moment. People, it's about the acts, and that's what I appreciate. Put them, put the spotlight on them. How was Switzerland? I missed her. She was great. Some people, again, will say too much staging stuff, too dark. I thought it was great. She had the intensity, she had the vocals. So I think the juries will reward her with plenty of points. Do you think this is a shoe-in for Finland this year? No, it's not a shoe-in. It's not a shoe-in. But if I had to put money down, which I do not do, and I do not encourage anyone doing that, I'm still on Finland because as of right now, it's the only song I could see pulling it off. I'm still looking at France. A lot of people put France aside. I'm still on my eyes are still on you, France as well. Because France will be top 2 most likely with the juries. And if it comes top 4 with the televoters, top 5, I'm just saying. And depending on how the point distribution happens. But we'll get to that. Do you think it is a shoot? Okay, sorry. Now we're still having the clip, by the way. Any questions you have right now at ESC United, you can ask them, because next we have Australia stepping on stage, and at staging, yes, cliches. Yeah, I'll take it. But it works. When you have someone like Delta just hitting those notes, assuming she's going to hit that note just fine, you cannot complain. Does Denmark have a path to the trophy? Yes, as you said a minute ago, they have a path to the trophy, for sure. There was also a little delay here, again, between the clip and the postcard, but that's why we have rehearsals. Rehearsals are not just for the artists. They're also for the camera people, the stagehand, the sound people, everybody. Everybody needs to learn their thing, right? So it's just a beautiful thing to witness. People always just think of it as like, that's a show once a year, and like, what goes into it, the details. I've seen it for so many years now. It is so impressive. Matt, will you be my Euro Papa? I don't know how to take this. I'll be a Euro Papa. Feels a little disturbing. All right, here is Australia. As mentioned, she starts, well, you see in the first part, right? Up until the first chorus, so the first verse and the first chorus, she stands in front of the moon. There's one person playing that little harp. It's not that big, actually, even though the shot makes it look big, but just one person just playing it, and then they take it off stage immediately, and you'll never see that harp again. How can someone be this talented and so beautiful? It should be legal. Ugh. Yes, this is good. She's still at the microphone stand, right? Yes. So she's almost done with the first chorus, and then her hands goes up like this. Then the stage goes black, and then she starts walking slowly, and the stage turns like golden brown, lots of smoke as she's walking on the runway, slowly though, with a pretty dress, taking her time with a hand reaching out, and you see a beautiful planet or sun, orange sun in the back, which then there will be an eclipse, and then she's going to sit down on the golden piano. That's she's good vocal. I felt like there was a few little like meh moments, but not bad. She's doing the dramatic piano thing right now. And then she grabs the microphone and climbs onto the piano. She hit that note, not as like she did in the first rehearsal. She probably couldn't, maybe her voice is tired. It still sounds amazing, don't get me wrong. She's not being lifted up. She's sounding good. She's sounding really good. It's a 9 out of 10 for me. The jury's was, look, there were some minor flaws there. Some minor flaws. I think her voice was maybe a little tired, but when we talk about minor flaws, it's still better than 98% of vocalists. So we're being a little picky here. One thing could be that she had some earpiece issues. I don't know. It wasn't bad. So I want to be very careful because she's perfect. So when she's only at 98%, you know it is. Does that give an edge to Denmark? No, that's exactly what I'm saying. Don't overthink what I'm saying. She still sounded good. Juries understand singers and vocals and what it means. And if somebody may have earpiece issues or anything like that, it wasn't that bad. I want to be very clear about that. And now we are moving on to Ukraine. I saw her earlier in the press center. She was giving an interview right next to as I was recording my video. And I'm like, I'm working here. Can you shush? I didn't. But in my head, I wanted to. So earlier in the Ukrainian rehearsal, all those drapes, curtain effects malfunctioned. So hopefully it won't be happening this time. The beginning is really just her black and white again. It's mostly just black screen, like a wide light that she walks on towards a man who's playing an instrument, sitting in a chair. And then the wish you part comes in. That's the part you've seen, right? Those two drapes coming down. Hopefully they're going to come off correctly this time. Yep, they fell down perfectly this time around. I was really nervous about that. Oh, she sounds good. There's a lot of like slow spinning around her as well. And the beautiful blue backdrop. It looks very classy. The song is so much better with the staging. I like the song. But it's like almost an experience. The song reminds me almost something you should play at like Cirque du Soleil where people do like acrobatic stuff. And she's doing her like little note thing now. Ooh. It's such a cool thing that they 4 curtains are coming or drapes are hanging down there now, and they're going to fall off hopefully correctly this time around. Yeah, she hit it well. I'm sure the juries will like this very much. And the curtain drapes came down as intended. So this was a good staging and moment for Ukraine. So yay. Yeah. Whether you like the song or not, I think It was a good performance. It has less of like crazy staging props. Yes, it has those drapes and curtains. But other than that, mostly just lighting. But yeah, the note people asking was really good, especially hit that really high note there, just on the nose. So now they're actually taking another short break, I guess, and they're talking to Cosmo in the green room. And it's actually Cosmo, though they usually what they do with the artists, in case you don't know, they're all staying in the green room during the jury show for the recap. So when you have the recap and then all things, they get to rehearse celebrating as well, and then they leave. They're not going to stick around. Sometimes they stick around for the fake results, but usually they let them go nowadays so they can rest. So I'm pretty sure they're going to do that as well. It's the first time watching your channel. Enjoy it so much. I was wondering, thank you so much. Earlier, are you considering doing full-time live streamer, or are you still some? Oh no, I'm not a full. I'm just on the side. I'm just doing this on the side for fun. I've been doing it for a few years now. I took a little break actually, but I appreciate you guys. Now I have a full-time job. I'm just off for a couple of weeks. But that was a very nice thing to say. This is like my ego was raised. So we're still having a break, by the way. I can't wait for the grand finale, fake voting. It's one of my highlights. I know, right? Me too. It's exhausting, though. Because I watched this show like 14 times for run-throughs. It gets really, really exhausting. Okay, so now it comes... Yeah, United Kingdom. Any UKians out there? Yeah, let me know. I said it earlier in my review. The staging is very elaborate, and maybe it'll click with people. It will not, but it is a cohesive, cool thing that they're trying to do. Whether or not it's going to work, it's a different story. But I will say they're trying. And it's tight. Again, it's like one of those very elaborate staging. Like something goes wrong, everything falls apart. And I will say it only elevates the song. This is not hurting UK's chances. It's not like here, two trumpets in the sky, you're safe. No, this can only help the UK, not hurt, unless he falls off the tables. But so they're starting out with 12 tables, like work desks on stage, basically, and with the 4 monitor dancers. Some of them have like on the table like books or an office plant. And look, Mom, no computer is in the back, also having one. So he's like, what's the point of this, right? And one guy of the monitor people is actually also going on the table. It's funny. Oh, they're putting him into a cage. That goes with the words, right? Because they're using the tables as cage, almost like. And now he's standing on one of the tables singing. I wish that was a language. And then he flips one of the tables around and turns into a keyboard by one of those weird keyboard-looking things that he has. That looks like he's playing it. It looks so silly, but it's fun. It's memorable. And he sounds good. And now those monitor heads, they used to be just monitors. Now they're fluffy monitor heads. Before they were just like monitor heads. Now they're like hairy. So now that's so cool. That's such... He walks onto the tables, and the dancers all position the tables in time so he can keep walking along on all the tables. This is not easy. Oh, and then it pulled him in, and he almost falls down, but that's on purpose. And then he lays down on a table, and they push the table as he's lying down. This is so cool. And then they push him off a table. And then he keeps playing. I enjoy the staging. Now that's the part where you see in your rehearsal clip. 1, 2, 3. I'm feeling okay. This song's growing on me. Damn it. I don't need any more songs to like. There are maybe too many. But the staging, to me, it works. Again, I don't know if it'll be enough. He's now interacting with the audience. Zwei. Uh, that's powerful. The audience goes crazy with that. You can hear the audience like, oh, that was cool. The audience was just shouting along, where the part where he encouraged them to sing. And they're going up the runway now. 1, 2, 3. This is really fun, y'all. 2, 3. This works. It just comes down to whether people will get it or not. But it's a good, solid effort from the UK, the staging. So now we have to hope people will appreciate it. If not, at least UK can say they tried. I was thoroughly entertained throughout the whole thing, and it made me like the song a lot more. This is a song that I would not have on a playlist, but it's a song that I would seek out and watch again on YouTube because it was like, oh, that song was fun. Let me watch that again. If I was a casual, I'm not casual. So, I'm afraid people will still give it nothing. Could be. But I think UK has more jury appeal than Austria. And I think because right now on paper, I think UK and Austria are battling for last place. So I think, I know we're talking about, second to last right now. That's great. It's fun though. Thank you, Matt. You've given us Brits some hope. Well, you should have hope. Again, I'm not saying, you're not going to be like da-da-da. But I don't see this one flopping completely. I mean, it could. If people just don't click with the song, then there's nothing the staging can fix it, Oh, anyway, it says Albania. I totally forgot. Sorry. But this part, you all know the first 30 seconds. It's the one that we saw in the rehearsal clip. But I do know then later on, they're going to display a lot of women, like 22 dozen women, whatever, on screen, all probably mothers. It's going to be mostly just him on stage. Lots of smoke. So the part of the verse is just him, dark backdrop, just the smoke, him singing. Nothing happening until he gets to the first big chorus. Yeah, when he goes into the chorus, you see all these women pop up on the screen, and it's powerful. Oh, almost was that sitting next to him. Oh, it sounds so good. And then you have it almost feels like they have. Do they have backup vocals? Like live backup vocals? It sounds so real. They have now 6 men in black and white singing on screen as well. It sounded so powerful. And now you see a bird's view shot again of a clock on the LED floor. It's just really good symbolism here and storytelling. Oh, it sounds so good. During the second chorus, his mom shows up on stage like a woman that's reaching for him, but not then just walk past him, keeping distance. And then, he's standing on stage and you see wings around him on the LED screen, and those wings turn into birds as they explode. It's a cool shot. It's a really nice shot. And then at the end, the woman comes up and takes off his sunglasses, touches his cheek like a loving gesture, and then walks away. Looks back one more time. The camera spins. And then she returns to him, actually. And they hold hands. Am I loving everything now all of a sudden? Oh, but it really got me like going. It was touching. It was very, very touching. How are Albania's qualification chances looking like? I feel more confident now seeing the whole thing. I'm marinating over it, but I feel so much more confident about Albania's chances. I really do. I really do. It's just the moment. Ugh. Too many good songs. Could Albania be the surprise jury winner in the semi? No. Juries will not put it first. Juries also have been weird. That kind of, no, I don't think, because it'll go more for music that is more, don't hate me when I say this, because I don't agree, but they tend to go more for accessible, catchy music, like the Australia ones. Could it happen? Yeah, but I don't think so. Malta is next. And in the arena earlier, there was a delay because Malta has like the biggest prop ever. And now, sure enough, guess what, y'all? We delayed. But that's okay. That's why we're doing what? Rehearsing. And here we go. It wasn't that bad, actually. So for Malta earlier, it's not a fun thing to watch in the arena because it's very much catered to a TV audience because he's in that thing and you can barely see him. Oh, the first shot is bird's view. Really cool. And bye. So in the first shot, it's a very close up just of him and mostly just black backdrop and some white lights, like bars. But you wouldn't even be able to tell that he's standing in anything. Now you can. Nowhere. Da, 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 da. That's where you can see all these arches around him, right? What I like is how he sings much softer now in the verses. Makes his voice way more pleasant on the ears. He has a good control over his voice. He doesn't push it. Now we get into the first chorus. Okay. Yeah, it's made for the screen, not for the arena. It looks much better on TV. Now he says, Bella, 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 Bella. You see like silhouettes of women on the screen where the arches are dancing in circles because as the camera spins, he's still inside his cage. I'll just call it a cage for now. And it spins really fast, but it's beautiful. Yeah, this works so much better on screen on TV. Now he's walking outside, just walking halfway around the whole thing. And then he walks back in immediately, but they had to set up something inside probably real quick because you have that platform, and then there's the circle, and there's a little platform attached to it, and then that platform spins around the circle, and that is the effect you saw in the 30-second clip that was posted on the Eurovision channel. Was he singing in Maltese? Oh yeah, that's right. You keep forgetting about that. I will say he has never sounded better than he sounded right now. Okay, that was good. I'm sorry. I low-key wanted to dislike it because I'm annoyed with all the advertisement promotion that they're doing, but I can't. I mean, that was good. He sounded good. It looked good. Yes, we'll be nitpicky Eurovision fans, right? You find something, this was not as good. I get that. But for a casual viewer, this is going to be like, oh, this was nice. So I enjoyed it. How high juries will place Malta top 3? I don't know yet. There's so many jury-friendly songs, right? We're talking about Australia. There could be Malta. There could be Latvia potentially. And there must be one upbeat song they're going to put up a little higher, right? They're not just going to pick all of the ballads. There's Albania too. Who knows? But next up is Norway, the last song of the night. And then the juries will huddle together because there are 7 people now, excuse me. 7 people in each jury, and they're all going to vote individually, at least they're supposed to. And then they will be gathered and added up and then checked by the EBU to make sure they voted correctly. When I say about voted correctly, I don't mean like the way the EBU wants them to vote, but to make sure that it's not like a cheating pattern like we had a few years ago where several juries voted like the same basically, and they were all disqualified. So here we go. Norway, wasn't he like Jonas asked to bring down the sexiness in his performance? The first 30 seconds, it's what you saw in the rehearsal clips. I will not explain it, but the little platform that he's on, that long one with his band. Sadly, the backup singers are not on stage, which I think is a shame. If you can have a fake band playing music, can you have at least the real singers on stage? The stage is all red and black, which is a progress because everybody else is white and black, it seems, or blue and black. Now we get some red and white. This is all about, the staging of the national final that's very much kind of still in place. But it's all about the backdrop. Lots of words, red and white words on there. And then have like a little red and white tornado tunnel of words. Yeah, not I. Yeah. Lots of yeah on screen. He's wearing his, by the way, somebody's asking, his black outfit that he had before, right? Yeah, it looks like he has like suspenders, like his black leather pants, I think. Is that black leather? With like black suspenders. You can see plenty of his tattoos. So during the second verse, they're still on that long platform thing that they have, the prop. He kisses the head of the bass player. And then for the second chorus, he gets off and walks to the front of the stage. It's not that much happening visually. So this is about if people will connect with that song. That is what it comes down to. And right now, we just see the band playing. And he's on the runway. I don't know. I want more camera connection. Yeah. He's not even saying. See, what I don't like, this whole the end, the yeah. Why isn't he singing this? You hear the backup singers somewhere, he's not even singing, and it annoys the crap out of me. So, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this. I'm not sure how I feel about this. He has a lot of charisma and stage presence. I'm not denying that. But it is the last song of the night, and if people like the song, they'll go for it. I just don't think it was visually as striking as I wanted it to be. And I think I might not be the only one, but when you have all these yeah, and then he's not even singing them, it's somebody else singing them, it's silly. And then if that's the case, at least have those backup singers on stage so we know. maybe I'm getting nitpicky, but I just didn't quite get as the feel for this one. Will just give it radio friendliness points. I find this one so hard to predict. At first, I want to say, yeah, this is going to be like something the juries may like, but I'm worried about the televote. And I don't know how high the juries would put it because there's so many jury-friendly songs. But if there's a one more upbeat song, maybe this is the one they would choose. I find this one so hard to really place with the juries. With televoters, I'm concerned. With televoters, I'm worried. Juries, I don't know. That would be my thinking. So, but now we have all 18 performances done. And now we are going to get like the countdown thing. And then we'll get the recap. Start voting now. Okay, so now everybody can vote, except you can't because it's a rehearsal, except for the juries. Of course, they shall be voting. And if you have any other questions about what I've seen today, let me know in the chat at ESC United. There were some really good performances. Out of the upbeat songs, who could it be? Cyprus, Bulgaria, Norway, or Romania? Would be in terms of like the highest rank. I mean, I'm convinced Bulgaria and Romania are through. I'm slightly worried about Cyprus and slightly more worried about Norway. If you were to guess, what are the top 10 for the jury points? I don't know. I would have to rank them. I don't even know if Azerbaijan gets point. Yes, beautiful voice, but even the juries may be bored with it. Romania, Czechia, Switzerland, Latvia, Denmark, Australia, Ukraine, Albania, Malta, Norway. That would be my thinking. But I haven't figured out the order yet. Romania had like the clip. I didn't like the snippet that they used in the recap, only because that's where her voice for Romania was a little rough, but it was rock, so it works. And it doesn't matter right now because the juries, they don't care too much about that stuff. They already know what songs they liked and not. I think Denmark are competing neck and neck for the first place spot in the semi. Yeah, I mean, I think so too. I think the odds in fan polls are pretty on the nose. They were in semi 1, so I can see something similar happening here. It's just there's a bigger area like 8th to 13th place, 7th to 13th place that are up for grabs. And that makes predicting so difficult. And it's so hard to put your own personal bias aside, right? Which were the biggest surprises for you tonight? Well, I will say Bulgaria is the biggest surprise. Because Bulgaria's song is not like, I find that song too chaotic for my liking, but with the staging, chef's kiss, loved it. That was really, really good. Same for Australia. It's a little bit all baked for me, but it's a beautiful staging and it is really nice. It has really nice feel. Even though I don't think it was her best vocal performance, it was still a 9 out of 10. I think the staging is kind of very campy Eurovision, but it works because it's like, so cool, So that was a big surprise. Those were probably the biggest surprises of the day for me. Albania is also so beautiful. That's a big surprise for me as well, I think. So that would be the ones I would pick. Do you think that the Manuel Navarro snippet was a repost of Spain or for boycotting? Oh, you know what? I hope not. I didn't even think about that. I mean, oh God. That's why this is all such a mess, right? No matter what they do, people will have all our conspiracy theories. I have one obvious non-qualifier. Who are you worried about after tonight? So I have two obvious non-qualifier as of right now, and I watched them both qualifying. but I would put Azerbaijan and Luxembourg into that. These are the only one where I'm complete they're not in contention for me. I have to put somebody out. And then those that I'm worried about that are currently in the betting odds top 10 are Norway and Cyprus. Norway, I'm getting more and more worried about. I could be wrong, yeah. But seeing this, getting the competition, and looking so many jury pleasers already, I don't know. I'm really worried about the televotes here as well. So, and then Cyprus is just vocally. She needs to nail it tomorrow evening with the televoters. If she can recover, then I see a universe where certainly Cyprus will go through. She need to pull a Blanche, and by Blanche, I'm talking about Belgium 2017, where she was sucky throughout the entire rehearsals until the live show came around, and then she was all of a sudden like, ah. So hopefully Antigone will go through something similar here. Luxembourg might be fairly high in the juries, but completely tanked by the televote. I don't think it's going to be high. Here's the thing. Luxembourg could be in the jury's top 10, but I don't think anything higher than 8th place or so. And I think it's going to be bottom 2 with the televoters, and we'll drag it down. So I don't think Luxembourg has enough jury pull, because there are too many other jury pulls out there. And she wasn't vocally that great either. You know what I mean? So, okay, the host around you, wanna squeeze you. What song is that? Squeeze you, just can't get enough. Why am I can't think of the song? You move, you're slow, let it go. Oh, I'm so excited. Why is he singing that? So he's doing like very Bee Gees movements. It's very corny. So it's just him doing I'm so excited on stage. I don't like this in Avalak. Why are we having him sing I'm so excited with cheesy dancing and pyros? Then he's playing fake piano. I'm not against not using Eurovision songs for a Neville act. Duh. But this needs to be more clever. This is not funny. Oh, and she's singing too. But she's singing a ballad version. I'm so excited. No, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of the Neville acts. Sorry. I'd love to hear from you, and you can come back after the post chat and let me know, Matt, you are wrong. This is a great Neville act. But it's all just really like 80s. I'm so excited that dressed like an 80s outfit. But it seems more like a cruise ship performance to me than a Eurovision staging. Is it the male host again? Both of them. About an hour and 50 minutes before the rest of the world block gets the short clips of the jury performance for the. Oh, that's right. They did Tamara dirty with that clip on us. I mean, to be fair, the EBU does not choose the clips. Each delegation can choose what clip they use for the recap. But once they decide on it, they kind of come back. Oh, no, you know what? We changed our minds. I'm like, no, you messed up in that part. So therefore, that's what we're going to use. It's just how it goes. So now they have done their I'm so excited in Avalak. We can now move on. I don't want to be disrespectful. I'm sure they put so much work and effort into it. But we are used to more sophisticated Inavalacts. That's all I'm saying. I don't like this Inavalact. You speak for all of us this year. You speak for us all year after year. Well, we'll come back tomorrow and you let me know if you disagree. Let me put this up here a little. We get another recap. Bum, bum, bum. Bulgaria is one of the biggest growers for me this year, I will say. So, anyways, they're doing the recap right now. If you have any other questions, at ESC United in the chat about tomorrow, about the show, that is basically what I can answer. Keep in mind, tomorrow again, we have the third dress rehearsal, which is basically open to the public as well, if you have tickets, that is. And it'll be broadcast in the press, and I'll watch it properly on the side. And then the evening, I will have, before the show, a live stream. Feel free to join in if you have time. We'll talk, and afterwards I'll be online as well. But then if not, I'll be around Friday, Saturday, Sunday as well. So we got plenty of time to talk. But isn't it cool, after tomorrow, all of you also have seen all of the performances? So that's kind of cool. And then we don't have to talk about the specifics. We just have to talk about everything else. It's a little easier for me. Does this even feel like an anniversary edition? I remember so well how Vienna 2015 was a big deal, the whole anniversary thing. No, it doesn't. I think they're walking a fine line, in terms of like reading the room and all of that stuff. Sorry, this slide is really bothering me right now. Let me move this over here. I feel as we may do a 75th anniversary rather than a 70th anniversary, because the tour was canceled. The environment is so difficult right now, so I don't think it doesn't feel like one to me. I'm just listening to this. So the clips right now here again. Gosh, I wish I was a fly on the wall in those jury's rooms right now. So now I have to, after today, or after tonight, once it's over, I have to sit down and pick my qualifiers. And I'm going through right now. It's going to be hard. I'm going to make some bold decisions probably on this one, which usually get me into trouble. So maybe I should just do the obvious one and I'll just pick the betting odds. No, I just need to figure out what to do. So now, after the recap, we have the male host again. What's his name? Michael, right? Oh, he's doing this whole, who is here from Germany? Who is here from da-da-da? Who is here from the UK? What? Oh! There was somebody here from the United States of America. There were a few cheers and then some boos. No offense taken. Boobs falling out. Oh, she's talking about like, is it her dress? That I'm not sure if this is all scripted or just them talking, off cuff. But yeah, it's just very random. Are you ready for a Viennese waltz? Are you ready for some Viennese waltz? They're saying. Everyone in the arena has to do the Vienna waltz. The person next standing you, ask them. And in the green room as well. So they're all forcing them to do the Vienna waltz. Three, 1, 2, 3. All. And they're using Merci Chérie to do the waltz. Am I being... Oh my God. I mean, it's cute enough, I guess. I'm just being like, I have this get off my lawn energy, I guess, about these interval acts. Jesus. I just, I feel like we got better interval acts in the past. So, oh my god, no, I actually, you know what? I take that back. I am annoyed with this interval act. Sure, some people like. I mean, it's cute. You see all the acts dancing the waltz, right? Which in itself is not a bad idea. It's cute, but couldn't we have had this something a little bit more effective? It's better than the quiz from yesterday. That was rough. I guess it is, but we're talking about low bars now. Ugh. So now that we're done for like several minutes doing the waltz, so now we can close the lines. Remember, tonight's qualifiers are fake. They are not real. These are just random countries that they're choosing. The acts, by the way, we're still in the green room. So I would think they're going to send them home now unless they make them fake celebrate as well. But I will let you know. So the voting is over now. So they're being counted and verified, the votes. So which means we probably get another amazing interval act. I didn't like Austria's hosting in 2015, and now they're doing a bad job as well. Here's the thing. I don't think they are necessarily known for picking great hosts, right? The hosting, for me, has always been great, but I have a different experience because I'm here. They treat us so well in Austria. They're extremely nice. They're going above and beyond to make sure we are taken care of. So I am so biased. But I hear what you're saying. I hear... Oh, guys, I'm afraid I have bad news, and I don't know how to tell you this. Are you sitting comfy? We're having another quiz with different people. No, I did not want another Eurovision quiz. I guess they thought this was so popular. Let's do that again. So let's cringe all together on 1, 2, 3. Cringe. That is not what I wanted to happen. I am not going to listen to this. Cheers. Yay. Listen, no, don't listen to me. All right. Let's they're playing. I don't know. They're gonna change it anyways. During the rehearsals, they have different questions, so they want to give them the same questions, all that stuff, right? So I'm not even gonna bother with watching that. I see the chat right now. I love you guys. Yeah, it was something. I mean, if we all have to suffer, let's suffer together. I don't keep like drinking this can like there's still anything in there. I'm going to toss this one. See if I can hit the bucket. Nope. There goes my basketball career. I'll pick that up later. I could have just lied and said, yeah, I totally hit it. You would have never known. Anyways, so yes, we're going to get the quiz. Ryland did say on the BBC commentator said that he was going to be on it. Yes, oh, yeah, that's him, isn't it? Yeah, Ryland is on the thing. I see him on one side. And he's in the lead right now in points. But again, this will be different for the live show because they're rehearsing different questions, different things. So it does not matter. So, but hey, I don't want to poo-poo it because some people like it, I guess. I love quiz. Like, I want to do this, but the Eurovision stage is not the right place for it. So, Edward Assilin said 5 more countries may boycott after this hosting. He did not say that. Get out of here. Where did that sass come from all of a sudden? uh or if it's giving REI a run for their money. I know, right? Say what you want about Sweden because it's like, oh, going to Sweden again. Blah. But no, they know how to host. So the BBC did a fantastic job too, though, So yeah, but this, I don't know. They need to get more people that have a finger on the pulse. Who went and like, you know what? We should do a Eurovision quiz that only 4 people can answer. No. Hey, that's just me. I'd rather see some video material interval acts like they did some years ago, behind the scenes, history of ESC, something about the host city, anything but this. Me too. And it doesn't all have to be about Eurovision or artists, even though I think this is the place to celebrate them. But if you want to do something more of the host or some local artists that, there are plenty, or like, there are so many Hollywood, Austrian people, just anything. My voice cracked. And, but yeah, no, I'm with you on that one. We could use the next 30 minutes just to complain about this. How about that? Let's keep complaining. I don't think REI is yet to be beaten, though. Hopefully, never will be. Certainly not the 1991 hosting, or in 22 when they couldn't even use the stage. The spinning sun. Oh. Yeah, it was a terrible experience being in Italy at that time because they only gave one accreditation out for each outlet. It was so bad. I mean, it was just not a fun experience. I mean, I love being in Italy because I love Italy, but they have an international event called Eurovision, and they only put signs up in Italian. I understand you don't do everything, but you are like, and I remember the first day, I'm like, I have no idea where to go. Where's the accreditation center? Where's the media, the press room? I'm like, Mamma mia. I don't know what to do. It was, yeah, I remember that. The quiz is still happening, by the way. I think we're going to get this until the results are coming in. Any questions to ask at ESC United? Did you try famous Vienna cake? Not yet. So this is the thing. This is what I do. I sleep. I wake up. I do shower. I do that. On my way to the arena, I stop at a bakery and grab my pastries. And then I'm in the arena all day. And then I come either back here or I stay in the arena. The first 4 days have been so busy. I haven't seen anything in Vienna or have done anything in Vienna, but I've been to Vienna many times. And I was here in 2015. I've been back twice since then. And I've tried plenty of cake, the Austrian cakes and the torten. Oh, mwah. And I'll have more. So don't worry. The last few days, I haven't had time yet, but I will. I've been very because the nice thing is the Austrian catering in the press center is really good. It's too expensive, but the food is top notch, very flavorful, very, very Austrian. I really enjoy the food there and delicious. So at least I get that while I'm stuck in there. And tomorrow will be another busy day in the press center, but that's fine. I'm here for that. But I'm also staying an extra day after Eurovision so I can see the city one more time and get Sachertorte. And I just want to see the city a little bit more because, I love Vienna. Ich liebe Wien. Okay, so now the quiz is over. Let me put my earpieces back in. Groundbreaking invention. I think they're doing the promotion. Oh, yeah, the Eurovision promotion stuff about the CDs and DVDs and some other merch that they have. So they're doing that. What do you think of the Austrian coffee shop aesthetic for the arena? It's a bit strange to me. The Austrian coffee shop aesthetic? I don't know what you're referring to. The coffee shop aesthetic? Oh, you mean like on the LED screen? I thought it looked more like a bar to me than a coffee shop. Is that what you're referring to? Let me know, because I do like it. It's different. That's the one thing I don't dislike. Oh, wait. They're still talking about this. Lots of chit-chatting here between the hosts. There's too much chatting going on, in my opinion. I think with great staging, Czechia is a big threat for everyone. What do you mean? I think with great staging, Czechia is a big threat for everyone. What do you mean, Matt? Did I say that? I don't know what you mean. I don't understand the sentence. Sorry. Oh, here's JJ. There's another interval act. Gosh, I guess the show was running late. So JJ is now performing after the Eurovision quiz. But he's singing a different song, obviously. He's standing on a box in a white something. It's a far shot, so I cannot see him. But there will be performance of JJ, of his new song, apparently. He's singing in his, not an opera voice right now. I'm not going to tell you everything about this. You'll see that tomorrow. But it's JJ performing a song, his new song, I would assume. Oh, but it has operatic part as well. So it gives Wasted Love because it's a pop verse and operatic chorus. Oh, I meant like Czechia is a contender. Contender for what? Win? No. Top 10? Yes. Qualification? Most likely. That makes sense. So, any questions at ESC United in the chat? Where in the USA were you from? I live in California. I live in LA County. So, I don't live in the city of LA, but I live like in the mountains there a little bit. I'm not going to give my address, but I live there. I lived in Florida for a long time before I lived, in a kid in Germany and all that stuff. But I have every intention of retiring in Europe because, I'm a dual citizen. And if things go further south in America, I may be back sooner than I anticipated. But we'll get to that. So he's still singing. JJ, that is. Oh, he hits those notes really well. Ooh, high. Well, he's not competing, but he is definitely delivering. Ooh. So I will stick around for the fake results. I wasn't going to because why bother? What time is it now? Anyways, it's 11 o'clock. 11:05. Although that makes sense, right? The show runs 2 hours and 15 minutes. So once JJ is done singing and he's done singing now, we better get the results. Remember when we had Jon Ola Sand and Martin Österdahl doing their "You Good to Go" and "Take It Away"? All of that is the thing of the past now because we have to make adjustments, right? To please others. Oh my God. Oops, that was not the right one. I wanted to grab this one. Miami is nice, so I'll say it twice. Miami is nice. That's only Golden Girls fans will get that one. Thank you for posting that. I can die a happy man now. Somebody in a Eurovision chat is referencing Golden Girls. My life is complete. I peaked. Okay, now they're doing the recap of the qualifiers from semifinal 1. Dun, 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 dun. So we get another recap of the 10 qualifiers, and then hopefully we can finally move on to the results. So any more questions, let me know. Could Czechia win the televote? It's not a televote winner. I just don't see a win there. No. Could I see a good result? Yes, but winner, no. Suckle. All right. Keep in mind, as a reminder, because people sometimes think these are the jury qualifiers. They are not the jury qualifiers. These are random countries that have been selected. I am just curious if they actually kept the artists in the green room to fake rehearse qualifying. Sometimes they sent them home, sometimes they kept them. Those who remember 2019, actually in Israel, those shows ran so long and the acts had to stay for the results and they passed out in the room. I remember, what's her name? Zena from Belarus. You just saw her sleeping on camera. It was just so funny. Oh, Miami GTA. I love you guys because I am a big gamer and I am still not over the fact that GTA 6 was delayed until November. I just want to do this. I think I'm going to quit Eurovision when that game comes out, just so you know. But I digress. Miami, Miami, you've got styles, right down by the mile. I'm so happy. Golden Girls, Grand Theft Auto, Eurovision, my peeps. Okay, they're doing a random interview now with somebody in Obangarang. Oh, the artists are gone. I repeat, the artists are gone. They are not in the green room to practice fake qualifying. I love the fake winners in Liverpool. The people looked uncomfortable by answering questions and being happy for qualifying. Yes, that's kind of how it goes. That is funny. So I hope, because the show's supposed to be 2 hours and 15 minutes, right? So according to my clock, they would have 6 minutes to wrap up the fake results. So they definitely are running over. But there have been a good amount of delays in setting up the stage. That is normal. That happens every year and it will happen every single year. That's how they practice the whole thing about setting stuff up. Because again, rehearsals are for the artists. They're also for the camera people, for the stage people, for the sound people, for the hosts, for everybody involved. So that is what we need to remember. It's so much that goes into it. And that is one of the things I love the most about doing the press at Eurovision. Yes, great, all the songs, but just the whole setup. It is just, ugh. You watch there's thousands of people working on this. I love it. I Are you glad we are back to normal qualifiers announcement? I like the other setup actually, but I don't have a strong opinion about this. So I'm fine with either. The only thing that sucks is because the artists often know that they are next because the camera people have to walk in front of them so they can capture their excitement. And that is one of the things that they tried to get rid of so they don't know. But I guess now they do again, unless they figured out a way to not spoil it anymore for the artists. What will you give Norway's chance to qualify? So I will sit down after this and will do my qualification. I am not sure about Norway. I'm kind of like a little bit more nervous than I wanted to be. More nervous than I was like before coming here. We'll see. Okay, now we are getting the fake finalists. Are you ready? We need some random stuff. The first country going through to the grand final is ding 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 Australia. So this is obviously a obvious qualifier, which is nice for Australia to come back, after what, 2 years of misses? So you can't be mad at that, right? The second country we'll see again on Saturday is, I'm just repeating exactly what they're saying in case you're wondering. Switzerland. So Switzerland is fake qualifying. Now we want that to happen in real life as well, right? I wish the artists would be in there and fake celebrate, but they need sleep. They need to rest because they have a huge day tomorrow. 2 more run throughs and some probably final interviews where those that want to do it. So it is a lot. So I'm ready to fake qualify. Country on the list next. Give it to us. Who was the third one? Czechia is the third country to fake qualify. Crossroads. They have 2 women in there, of course, like celebrating. I love it. Sometimes in the past, I had like empty seats. Now they always have a few stage hands and they're making sure that they're being captured. It's fun. And the fourth finalist is Luxembourg. So we have Australia, Switzerland, Czechia, and Luxembourg fake qualifying. So we have fake qualifiers again tomorrow afternoon as well, by the way. And the next qualifier is... I haven't done this in so long. This is kind of fun. Who is it? Ukraine. So we got them as well through. So right now, out of those, that would imagine, just put yourself in a place like where this were the actual qualifiers. People would get so nervous. Switzerland through, Luxembourg through, 2 currently non-qualifiers considered. People would get so nervous. Wouldn't that be fun? So the 6th qualifier is Denmark. So Denmark is fake qualifying. They're like, we're not even going to pretend. Of course it's going to go through. Last night was so cool what they did to Portugal. Yes. I was so mad. That was really bad. Thank you for reminding me. I was really upset about that as well. Okay, the next qualifier, number 7, is Albania is also fake qualifying. I'm always, again, putting myself like this would be real. Wait, no, Armenia. Oh, she misspoke. She misspoke. It was Armenia. She said Albania. And he was like, it's Armenia, bitch. He didn't say bitch. But she's like, it was so hard to hear. Okay, 8th qualifier is we are announcing the finalists in no particular order. This better not happen during the real show. Albania. I mean, Armenia. It's like that Oscars thing when La La Land didn't win. Norway is the 9th qualifier. They need to do this better because they're like the next qualifier is then it's Norway. Like, get a little bit more energy behind it when you announce the qualifiers. I almost missed it, which should be Norway. A little bit more happiness, but they were like, and it's Norway. So, and then so the next Malta is also fake qualifying. So now we're having Bulgaria, Azerbaijan, Romania, Cyprus, Latvia, and Albania left. Only one of them will fake qualify, while the rest will then fake non-qualify and go home fake crying. So let's see who is it going to be. On to do that whole thing. We're almost done here, y'all. Good night for those who are leaving. Romania. Oh, they're going for it so slow. All right. Okay, it's just really slowing down here with them. Albania. So who do you want to fake qualify the last one? Bulgaria, Azerbaijan, Romania, Cyprus, Latvia, or Albania? Pick your fake qualifier. Means nothing. The time has come. The finalist. The final finalist. Oh, God. Oh, my God. They're really just doing stupid chat there. Like, oh, one of them could even win Eurovision. I'm like, can we not? 10th finalist is... Albania. Got them at least now. So, Bulgaria, you're out. Romania, you out. Azerbaijan, you're out. Cyprus, you're out. Latvia, you're out. Obviously not real. So now they're going to do like a little bit more rehearsing about, walking on stage and all that stuff. So those are the results that are not real. Goodbye. Actually, goodbye, literally, because we're done with this live stream. I can't believe I stuck around for the fake results, but it was fun. We got to do that at least once, right? But I'll be back tomorrow before the show. If you're around, feel free to jump in. If not, you can always watch it later. And I will also post my predictions. And we have a after the show live stream as well, so we can all talk about the results, because I feel like we're all going to be wrong again. So thank you everyone for watching. Have a good night. Before you leave, please hit the like button so the video doesn't drown in the algorithm, because I am drowning. Thank you so much. Have a good night, and